Let's go over my worksheet 1.1 solving linear equations. When we solve multi-step linear equations, this is the process we follow. First, we distribute to clear any parentheses. Second, we combine like terms on each side. Third, we move variable terms to one side. We try to get the x by itself or the variable by itself. Then we isolate the variable and then undo addition, subtraction, then multiply, divide. So that's the process. Distribute, combine like terms, move the variable to get it by itself, and then try to isolate that variable. Before we do anything else, let's do a quick review of order of operations. So I remember PEMDAS. We're going to multiply first. That becomes 12. 10 plus 12 equals 22. Over here, we're going to do parentheses first. So that's 3. So now we have 4 plus 2 times 3. So then we multiply first. So 4 plus 6, which is 10. Over here, we're just adding like terms. So we could add the 2x with the 5x. That gets us 7x. The y is by itself, so it's minus 4y. Can't do anything there. And then the 3 gets added to the negative 1. That gets us positive 2. So we get that. So we got an example you can follow on if you need to. Okay, let's get to the real stuff. Let's start solving. Let's do number 1 here. So I always like to put the line down. That's our equal sign. Whatever we do this side, I can do that side. So first let's get rid of, we want to get the variable by itself. We got to get rid of that 5. So we're going to go plus 5 to both sides. I get 4m. Equal sign stays. 11 plus 5 is 16. And then we're just going to divide by 4. So I get m equals 4. Move on to number 2. Equal sign. We're going to try to get the 3d by itself. So we're going to subtract 10 first. We want to get rid of this guy first. We always want the variable last. So try to get the by itself. Get rid of this stuff. Negative 10, negative 10. Negative 3d. These cancel. That gets me 33. Then divide by negative 3. 33 divided by negative 3 is negative 11. Okay, over here, equal sign. We want to get rid of the 13 and get the variable by itself. So plus 13 on both sides. Do the opposite operation. These cancel. I get 5h on this side equals 25. Then we're going to divide by 5. 8 equals 5. Over here, we want to get the y by itself. So we're going to add 2 to both sides. That gets us negative 6. Negative 8 plus 2. So we're at negative 8. We're going to go right 2. So negative 6 equals 3y. Divide by 3, divide by 3. Y equals negative 2. This one, you can divide by 8 if you want. I'll do it 2 ways. But the first way I'm going to do it is I'm going to distribute the 8. So 8 goes into both of these. 8n plus 16 equals 24. Now we're going to treat it like a normal problem. If you want to get the 8n by itself, get rid of that 16. So equal sign, minus 16, minus 16. 8n equals 8. Then we divide by 8. N equals 1. If you want to do another way, I'll put way 2 right there. And this way you can just divide by the 8. Get rid of that 8 there. So let's divide both sides by 8. These cancel. I get n plus 2. Put way 1 over here. Equals 3. Then we subtract 2 from both sides. N equals 1. So 2 ways to the same answer. Over here. So this way we're actually going to do, there's only really one way to do that. So distribute our distribute. So we get 4x plus 2. So this is 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 1 is 2. Everything else stays exactly the way it was. X equals 27. Now here is my equal sign. And the first thing you want to do, if there's more than one thing, if you can simplify one side of the equal sign, you want to do that first. So we're not going to minus 2. We're not going to like minus x from both sides. If they're on the same side, you just try to simplify them. Try to add them up. So I can add up 4x and x because they're on the same side. So I get 5x plus 2 equals 27. And now it's the normal problem we've been doing all video. Minus 2 minus 2 gets me 5x equals 25. And then divide by 5. X equals 5. Like that. Okay, next page. Then we're going to do more of the same of those types. So in this case, we're going to distribute, and we're going to try to simplify if we can. So I'm going to share the negative 2 to both of them. I get x minus 2x minus 20 equals 12. And then we want to add like terms. So I'm going to add these two. X minus 2x is negative 1x. That's a tough one. That's 1 minus 2, so negative 1x. Everything else stays the same. And then we just get that negative x by itself. We'll do it straightforward. I'm just going to add 20 both sides. So we're going to get negative 1x equals, these cancel, 32. I still gotta get rid of that -1. So let's divide by -1. X equals -32 over here. So we're gonna solve this one. We're gonna do the exact same thing. Here's my equal sign. First thing I do is distribute this 5 to both of these. 5 times 3q is 15q. 5 times -50 is -10 is -50. And everything else stays the way it was. And then next, we're gonna add up like terms. I could add up both of these q's. 15q minus 5q is just 10q. And everything else stays. Minus 50 equals -15. We're trying to get the q by itself, so let's get rid of that -50. Let's add it to both sides. Plus 50, plus 50. Here these cancel. -15 plus 50 is like 50 minus 15, so 35. So 35. Everything else stays like that. Remember, these canceled out. And then I'm going to divide by 10. And you get 35 over 10 equals q. If you want that, easy thing to divide, 3.5 equals q. If you want that as a decimal. Okay. Let's move on, do some more. More concept. Let's distribute again. So I get -5x plus 15 equals -25. -5 times x is -5x. -5 times -3 is a positive 15. Now we no problem. Equal sign. Get rid of the extra stuff. So minus 15 from both sides. These cancel. I get -5x equals -25 minus 15. You're at -25 and you have to go back another 15 to be -40. Always like to say, if they're the exact same sign, you just add them. So just add 15 plus 25, you get -40. Now I get divided by the -5. Two negatives make a positive, so I get x is equal to 8. Okay. Over here, equal sign. Now there's no distribution, there's no parentheses, but we do want, anytime they're on the same side, you do want to add up like terms. So we're gonna add 5y and -y. That's gonna give us 4y minus 13 equals 7. Then we just gotta solve this. So let's add 13 on both sides. These will cancel. I get 20 equals 4y. Then we're gonna divide by 4. So y equals 5. Okay, let's keep on going. Same concept here. There's my equal sign. You notice it's 0. We do the exact same thing. My first one, I add like terms. 7m and -9m. I can add those up. I'm gonna get -2m. And then I could add the -4 with the -36. It's gonna give me -40 equal to 0. And then we're gonna keep on solving it. I want to get the variable by itself, so let's get rid of that -40. So we're gonna add 40 to both sides. These cancel. I get -2m is equal to 40. Then we're just gonna divide by -2. And you're gonna get m equals -20. Next one, let's actually distribute this one. So it goes into both. I get -8r plus 20, -4 times -5, positive 20, equals 92. And then we just gotta solve it. Minus the 20 from both sides. 72 equals -8r. Then we're just gonna divide by -8. Those are gone. I get r equals -9. 72 divided by 8 is 9. Don't forget to negative, so -9. Oh, now we have little fractions. So this first one, we want to get this by itself. So let's subtract that 2 from both sides. I get 1 over 2x equals -1. Now what I'm going to do here is a little review from what we did last lesson. Let's cross multiply. Put that over 1. Multiply these two, -2x equals, and then multiply the other two. 1 times 1. Now we just got to solve for x. So divide both sides by -2. X equals -1/2. Like that. Move on to the next one. We're going to do the exact same thing here. Try to get this variable by itself. So let's add 1 on both sides. Here's my equal sign. I get 3 over 4x equals 1 plus 2 is 3. Put over 1. And then let's cross multiply. You can, if you look at it, you can actually just solve 4x. Since these two match, the denominators have to match. 4x equals 1. But just keep it the same. We're going to cross multiply. So we get 12x equals the other two, 3. And then we're just going to solve for x. So let's divide both sides by 12. X is equal to 3 over 12. We could reduce that to be good math students. They both divide by 3. So I get 1 over 4. It's the best answer. This one, don't do anything special. We could cross multiply, put this over 1. That works. I'm going to just multiply both sides by 3. Because it's being divided by 3 right now. So these will cancel out. I get x plus 4 equals 18. Then we just got to subtract 4 from both sides. X equals 14. That. Okay, the DOK level problem. So this is the first one. Error analysis. Students solved 6x minus 2 times x minus 5 equals -2. When distributing, they wrote 6x minus 2x minus 5 equals -2. I got this. Find the correct solution, then explain where the distribution went wrong. Well, they kind of told you where the distribution went wrong. When you distribute, it should be -2 times x and -2 times -5, which would get you -2x plus 10. It looks like they only distributed by the first item, not by 5. So they didn't distribute -2 by 5. It's like they only did for the x, not the 5. So that's that. Now they want me to solve it like normal. Okay, we can do that. 6x minus 2, x minus 5 equals -2. Distribute 6x minus 2x plus 10 equals -2. I could add these. That gets me 4x plus 10 equals -2 minus 10. I get 4x equals -12, and then you divide by 4. X equals -3. So there we go. That's how you correctly solve it. Okay, next one. Rulers justify the steps. So we're gonna go here. We're trying to figure out what happens from here to here. So how do we get our next step? So what they do from there, it looks like they distributed the problem. They distributed that 2 to both sides. That's gonna be the distribution property. There's that one. Next, right here. Now the reason they gave us this combined like terms, so they must have added 2 things together. So it looks like they should add these 2 together. Because one like terms I have. So I'm gonna add 5 and 2x. That's gonna be 7x minus 6 equals 22. That's what combined like terms would be from here to there. Next, they want us to say what happens from here to here. So we have this. And it looks like they're adding 6 to both sides. So they're adding 6 to both sides. We call it the addition property of equality, which says if you add the same thing to both sides, they're still equal. So if you have an equation, 2 sides are equal. You add the same thing to both sides, they're still equal. Next, they simplify. Simplify is kind of combine like terms, but just without variables. So what they did was they add -6 plus 6 and 22 plus 6 -6. And then to solve this, all we're going to have to do is divide by 7. We're going to get x equals 4. And that's the division property of equality. So there we go. Okay, some rule application. The sum of 3 consecutive integers is 84. What is the third integer? What are the 3 integers? So anytime I say 3 consecutive integers, we're going to do x. That's our first integer. Then we're going to do x plus 1. And then we're going to do x plus 2. Those are consecutive integers. This is like 5, 6, 7, or 10, 11, 12. You just keep on adding 1. Now, it did say sum. That means we're going to add them up. So this guy plus this guy plus this guy equals 84. Anytime you see is, that means equals. So we're going to add these up and it's equal to 84. Now we just got to solve it. Keep in mind these are all on the same side, so we're going to add them all up. We're going to simplify first, add them all up. X plus x plus x is 3x. And then 1 plus 2 is 3. Equals 84. Then we're just going to solve it. Minus 3 from both sides. That's going to give us 3x equals 81. Then we're going to divide by 3. X equals, if we're not sure, we can divide. That's 2. So 2, bring down the 1, so 7. Okay, next one. Darren went to coupon for $5 off lunch special for each of the 4 days. He pays $60 total for his 4 lunches. Find the original price. So the hard thing here is like setting up the problem. So we get $5 off for each lunch for 4 days. So we're going to multiply by 4 because 4 days. Whatever our lunch is, P, we're minusing $5 off of that. So I would say that is what we're paying. We're paying the price P, but we're going to minus $5 from that, and we're going to do that 4 times. We know this equals $60. So that's the equation. That's the hardest part. What's the equation? And then we just got to solve it. Distribute the 4 to everything. 4P minus 20 equals 60. Then we're just going to add 20 to both sides. So I get 4P equals 80. And then we divide by 4. You get P equals 8. So it's paying $8 for his lunch. So the original price is $8. Casey buys sandwiches and bags of chips. Each sandwich costs $6 which is 3 times the cost of a bag of chips. Okay, she bought 4 sandwiches and some bag of chips, spending $30. Okay, how many bags of chips did she buy? So we're looking for bags of chips. That's gonna be like our X. So we know sandwiches are $6. And she bought 4 sandwiches, so 4 times 6 plus this is 3 times the cost of a bag of chips. So a bag of chips costs $2. So it's 6 divided by 3 is $2. So that's how much a bag of chips costs. It's $2. We're buying X amount of them. So we're gonna buy so much amount. We're buying some amount of bags of chips. I guess they put B. I'd say B. You know they cost $2 each because sandwiches are $6. That's 3 times the cost of a bag of chips. So if sandwiches are $6, divide that by 3, you get $2. So that's how much a bag of chips costs. We're buying B amount of bag of chips. We're spending a total of $30. So that is our equation. 4 times 6 is 24. 24 plus 2b equals 30. Then we're sending minus 24. 2b equals 6. Divide by 2, divide by 2. B equals 3. So bag of chips costs $3. Oh, how many bags of chips did she buy? She bought 3 bags of chips. That's a different question. Chips. So that's how much she bought. Not healthy. Okay. Challenge and deeper thinking. So this kind of combines skills from this worksheet and last worksheet. If I want to solve this, moving over to 3 is not going to help me because it's not going to be, I can't cross multiply. What we want to do is find the LCD. We multiply this whole thing by the same denominator and then cancel out all our fractions. And here, 2, 3 over 1, and 4, they both go into 4, so that's my LCD. And what we did is we multiplied everything by the LCD. So on the first one, I get 4 divided by 2 is 2. I'm going to have 2 times x plus 1 minus 1. On the second one, it's just 4 times 3, which is 12. And then the 1 over here, the 4s would cancel, and you just get x. So it made this ugly problem into this problem, which isn't that bad. Now we just got to solve. Distribute. So 2x minus 2 plus 12 equals x. Next, we want to simplify. Since these are all on the same side, we're going to try to add the ones you could add. Negative 2 plus 10 plus 12 is 10. Now we want to get a variable by itself. So I'm going to minus 2x from both sides to get that to only keep the variable on this side. Remember, you want numbers on one side, variables on the other side. So I'm moving the 2x over. These cancel. I get 10 equals negative x. And it's going to divide by negative 1. I get x equals negative 10. That's my answer. Next one. Now all we do here is distribute both sides. So let's distribute this side. 3 times 2 is 6. And 3 times 1 is 3. Equal sign, very important. Distribute the 5. So 5x plus 5 minus 2. 5 times x is 5. 5 times 1 is 5. And minus 2 there. Now before we do anything else, let's simplify. I can simplify these two. So I get 6x minus 3 equals 5x plus 3. And then, same idea as always. I always like to get rid of one variable first. I'm not even sure if we talk about variables on both sides first, but let's try to get rid of this variable. I always like to try to get rid of the smaller variable first. So minus 5x. These cancel. I get 1x minus 3 equals 3. Then we're just going to add 3 to both sides. X equals 6. Next one's all decimals. So let's do a little trick. If you don't want to do a decimals in an equation like this, what we're going to do is we count how many spaces behind the decimal we have. The most we have. So in this case, we have 1. In this case, we have only 1 also. So that's how many zeros we're going to have. We're going to multiply by 10. And the number of zeros equals the number of the max number of spaces behind decimal. Behind the decimal. So right here, we have 1 space behind decimal, 1 space behind decimal. So we're just multiply by 10, 10. So multiply everything by 10. For example, if I gave something like this, 3.12 plus x times, I don't know, 2, and you want to get rid of decimals, this would have 2 spots. So multiply everything by 100. So 2 spots behind the decimal, 100. Only 1 spot max behind the decimal, times it by 10. If it was 3 things behind the decimal, times it by 1,000. So the number, whatever the longest one is, that's how many zeros you're going to have. So over here, we only do 10. So we'll distribute 10 to everything. That makes this over here 10 times 0.5 moves it over 1. You just get 5x. 3 times 10 is 30. Over here, same idea. 2 times 10 is 20. And over here, 10 times negative 4.5, just move it over 1 to get negative 45. And now it's just a normal problem. We want to get the x's by themselves, so let's minus this 5x. And I'm going to get 30 equals 15x minus 45. Then we're going to add 45 to both sides. So I'm going to get 75 is equal to 15x. And then we're just going to divide by 15. Get the x by itself. And you're going to get x equals 5, I believe. So there we go. Last one. Justify to solve. 5 times x plus 2 equals 3x plus 18. So in A distributes first 5x plus 10 equals 3x plus 18. So in B subtracts 3x from both sides first before distributing. Show that both approaches lead to the same solution and explain which method you find more efficient and why. So we're in 2 ways. So we have this is equal to 3x plus 18. We're going to do it again. So we're going to go this is equal to 3x plus 18. Now the first way we want us to distribute first. So distribute this 5 to both of them. Get 5x plus 10 is equal to 3x plus 18. And then we're going to subtract the, I want to get the x by itself, so we're going to subtract 3x from both sides. And we get 2x plus 10 equals 18. And we're just going to solve minus 10, 2x equals 8, divide by 2, x equals 4. Now over here, they want us to subtract 3x first, so we're going to minus 3x from both sides. So we're going to have this 5 times x plus 2 minus 3x is equal to 18. And now they want to simplify. So we're going to distribute again, only to these two, keep everything else the same. Then we're going to add up like terms, 5x and negative 3x, and we get 2x plus 10 equals 18, which is right where we were right here. Exact same spot. So minus 10, 2x is equal to 8, divide by 2, x is equal to 4. Okay, so which side is more efficient? They're about the same. I would say this side is a little more efficient because it gets, to me, it's easier to then adding on the same side. It's easier to add or subtract across the equal sign. I don't know. So it kind of depends on what you like better. To me, this one's probably a little more efficient. But that's the video. That's the worksheet.